In this video, I want to talk about what a small press is and why you might want to choose it over pursuing traditional publishing or straight up self-publishing. So if you're not too acquainted with the publishing industry at this moment, it is in a bit of a turmoil. Indie publishing is on the rise, traditional publishing is having to adapt to a new normal, and it's still figuring itself out. A very good parallel is streaming services sort of disrupting the film industry, and nobody knows what's going to happen. Everyone's kind of trying to figure it out at the same time. It's just a transition period to whatever the next new normal is. The same thing is happening with publishing, traditional publishing specifically. Ebooks are on the rise. Indie publishing is becoming bigger and bigger. A lot of traditionally published authors are adopting a hybrid model where some of their books are traditionally published as normal, and some of them they self-publish because there are a lot of advantages there. You make more money per sale. You have more control over the creative process. You just get a lot more say. The timeline is a lot faster, and Carpe Vitam, as a small press, we're part of like the middle ground. You don't have to self-publish and kind of do it alone, but we're small. It's a small press. We don't have big advances we can give you up front or divvy up between getting the first draft in and getting the final draft and hitting shelves. And then you don't have to earn out that advance. That is how traditional publishing works, and there are a lot of wonderful things about it. Small presses, while they don't give advances, they still pay for things like cover art and line edits to help you get your book polished and finished and ready to be on a shelf somewhere. And in terms of earning back, that's a much, much smaller amount that your book would need to earn before you start getting pay. Going through a small press, you get a much bigger percentage of the profits, 25 to 70%. Through traditional publishing, it's about 5 to 18. Big difference there. So, because we are a small press, we don't have a lot of manpower, and that's okay. We still have some, and we can help people, and we are the right fit for maybe you. But what that does mean is we do have to be a little picky about who we can take on. I wish it could be everyone. I wish it could be up and starting writers, but that's not necessarily the case. People who have been traditionally published and are looking to get into a hybrid model, a small press can be a really good fit for them. And maybe that's you. You have a bit of an audience, you have a bit of a readership, and they will follow you wherever you go. And if you want something where you have more creative process, you have a faster timeline, small presses could be a good fit. It's also a good fit for people who just have an audience, maybe doing something else. And it could be literally anything. But if people are paying attention to what you do and you want to get into publishing, or you just have a book idea that you want to put out there, small presses can be a great way to go. Publishing, big publishing, slows things down. If you have an agent, a literary agent, very different than what I am, an acquisitions agent, you can get them and then they find a publisher and then you sign a contract, and it can take 2 to 3 years to get that book from being finished to hitting shelves. A very long time. Small presses, depending on the state of the book, we're looking about 6 months. Very exciting, getting things ready and out there. Plus, with the small press, you have a team. You're not going at it alone like self-publishing. We are there to help support, drive, brainstorm, just go through the whole process with you. We'll cheer with you with all your victories. We'll be there when things get tough, as they always do, but you do have a support system in a small press. Carpe Vitam is a wonderful place for me to work and for me to publish my books, and because I have had such a great experience, I have become part of the team and excited for other people to have the same experience. Get out there, get their books into the hands of readers, and make things happen. So that is why you might want to consider going with the small press. If you want to do a hybrid model, if you have an audience somewhere, seems like an obvious fit. But if you don't have those things, that does not mean you should not consider submitting to us. You still can. It just might mean we have a few extra obstacles to go through. But if your book feels like a good fit for us and a good fit for you, we can see what options are available and make it happen. So still consider submitting. I have another video that's my manuscript wish list. You can check that out to see what I individually am looking for. We have a few other acquisitions editors at Carpe Vitam, so you can see what they are looking for as well to consider Carpe Vitam. You can go to the website, the description is below, carpevitapress.com. I'm gonna mess that up. That might be true. Look in the description for the actual link. And best of luck to everyone out there